Danielle Hunter is going to win Defensive Player of the Year and break Bruce Smith's all-time sack record. That's the video, production value. Danielle Hunter is consistently overlooked and disrespected. Like, it really is the great tragedy of our generation. But still only 25 years old, 5 seasons under his belt, 54 and a half career sacks, youngest ever to hit 50. So he's got that going on for him, which is nice. And he's just getting started. Like, he is only 25 years old, which is just amazing. His total pressures every single year have risen. 37 his rookie year, 2015 as a part-time rotational player. Then 55, 2016, 68, 67. Math is hard. And then last season, 97, which was second in the NFL, only to Zadarius, ooh, look at me. Ooh, I get to play Riley Reef twice a year, Smith of the Packers. So, get out of here. Right. But 14 and a half sacks each of the past 2 seasons. And as we said on here before, I'm much more concerned about pressure numbers versus sack numbers, because sacks are, there's a lot of puck luck when it comes to sacks, where you can have, hey, you just barely beat your guy and then someone else completely destroyed a play and then the quarterback just falls to your lap. That counts as a sack for you, right? So getting home consistently in terms of having sacks, you have a better chance if you have more pressures. So that's why I'm much more concerned about the pressures. That's what makes me very excited about Danielle Hunter going forward. And also, throughout his career, he's primarily been the left defensive end in the Vikings, primarily 4-3 over scheme, right? So he's got to be stout against the run, which he was great at LSU. A team player. That's one of the reasons why he only had 4.5 sacks at LSU, because, I'm going to play inside a little bit. I'm going to stop the run. I'm going to do all that. Team player, not concerned about my sacks. Yeah, have my play speak for itself. By the way, Danielle's spider chart, I mean, he is an android. Like, he is a robot. Like, he was assembled in a lab if you wanted to build the perfect defensive end. That's exactly what he is, right? Also, Danielle, so he's generally playing left defensive end, so he's generally rushing from the defensive left, the offensive right. So generally, he's going to be going against the strong side of the formation. That's just what happens when your quarterbacks are primarily right-handed, right? So Danielle is putting up all those pressure numbers and sack numbers while fighting through inline tight ends, helping and chipping for the right tackle, fullbacks, everything, right? So he's getting all that junk thrown at him. He's not getting the clean, crisp. Yes, you're going up against the left tackle, but you're on the blind side. Generally, you're in one-on-one spots. Ooh. So just think about moving Danielle around, having him get some of those sexy-ass matchups. Plus, also, you're seeing him really progress as a pass rush aficionado, as it were. Andre Patterson, Robert Rodriguez deserves a lot of credit for Danielle Hunter, where he came in just an absolute physical specimen, had bull, had speed, had a couple of counters. That's about it. Now, he has a full repertoire. And plus, it's really fun watching Danielle Hunter on film. Watch him in the context of a full game, where you'll see the pressures, you'll see the sacks really mount as that game goes along, where he's just wearing out the offensive tackle across from him. And we've equated pass rushing on the edge to rock, paper, scissors before, where it's like, all right, throwing rock, got rock, boom, you got rock. So then you have the offensive tackle ready to throw paper. It's like, oh, he's going to throw a rock. I got paper. Then boom, there's scissors, bitch. That's right. That's Danielle Hunter. Boom. So Danielle, I think Danielle should be used wherever they can find a plum matchup, which is great. And you see that a lot with like the 3-4 outside linebackers. You see that with Khalil Mack. You see that with Zadarius Smith. You see that with TJ Watt, etc. So they should do that with Danielle as well. Left side, right side, hand in the dirt, stand up 3-4 outside linebacker when they incorporate some of those stanky flavors from Dom Capers, the Leo when they go 4-3 under front. Do whatever you can to get Danielle singled up and have the offense be like, all right, we're gonna double or triple Danielle, and that's gonna free up everything else across the board. That's gonna free things up for Afadio Denebo, James Lynch, DJ Wanham, Armon Watts, Michael Pierce. It's gonna either make life easy for everyone else, or Danielle's going to get a one-on-one matchup. And even when Danielle is doubled, like, I'd still take Danielle in those spots. That's exactly what's happening. And I think that those pressure and sack numbers are going to go through the roof, because the ceiling is the roof. R.I.P. Wait, no. Respect to Michael Jordan. I said, like, R.I.P. Like, no. But we're looking at 115, 120 pressures in 2020, flirting with 20 sacks, maybe flirting with the sack record, which is, by the way, is held by Jared Allen, not Michael Strahan. Brett Favre really just handed that to him. Oh, here you go. I want to be in the record book too. I'm Brett Favre. And also, throw in a couple strip sacks, maybe have a Heisman moment for a return for a touchdown in a big-time game. Baby, you got a Defensive Player of the Year stew going. That's right. And also, if he won Defensive Player of the Year, it'd be the first time the Vikings have won it since Keith Millard in 1989. Alan Page won the initial award back in the day, as well as won it another time as well. So the Vikings defensive linemen have won 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, none in the past 30 years. So I think Danielle breaks that. Laundry's done, by the way. Boom. Also, tangent. So the all-time sack record, right? Bruce Smith, 200. It's a nice round number. It's big, right? But sacks through 5 seasons. Bruce Smith, 57.5. Danielle Hunter, 54.5. Also, caveat, Danielle was a rotational player the first 2 years. Bruce Smith started right away with the Buffalo because they were really, really bad. Also, he was the number 1 overall pick. So, advantage Danielle. Sacks per game rate, that also factors in with amount of snaps played. But Smith averaged .717 sacks per game through his first 5 seasons, or actually for his whole career. Danielle, .699. Nice. Also, age when entered the league. Bruce Smith was a full 22 years old. Danielle was 20 years old. Ooh. I'm excited to see what Danielle Hunter does over the next 15 years. Because, again, knock on wood, God willing, he stays healthy, has a full career. And I think he really could be flirting with that all-time sack list, because we're watching greatness. Like, we're watching a future Hall of Famer if everything goes according to Hoyle, and he's almost boringly good, which is just the absolute just amazing thing about it. But Danielle has to start getting respect from the national writers. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, so just love it. Just enjoy the show. Get your popcorn ready. Let's go. Danielle Hunter, 2020 Defensive Player of the Year. You heard it here first. Your thoughts, let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Pull us on the Venmo. Plus give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.